Two questions keep showing up in my comments section every Wednesday. What community should I join to learn AI agents, and what AI tools should I actually use for my business? Tonight, I'm answering both. The communities question is tricky because most Skool communities, and Skool is spelled Skool, Skool communities teaching AI agents aren't really teaching AI agents only. They're teaching one of three things: no-code automation, innate-in workflows, or how to sell AI services, which are all useful, and I suspect a lot of you may want to know that stuff. But they're different things, and if you join the wrong one expecting the wrong thing, you'll waste, a lot of time. The tools question is tricky because there are about 4,000 AI tools on the market right now, and every one of them claims to be the best one for your business, while a lot of them won't even be around next year. So tonight I'm cutting through both. Communities first, tools second, no filler. Are you ready? Let's go.
Let's get Mikey. Yeah. He won't need it. He hates everything. He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
If you've been looking for a place to learn AI agents with other people, you've probably run into Skool. Again, Skool. It's a platform for online communities. Think Facebook groups, but with courses, leaderboards, and classrooms attached. Thousands of AI communities have popped up on Skool in the last year alone. Some of them are excellent. Some of them are cash grabs, charging $97 a month for repackaged YouTube content. So I'm going to tell you which ones are worth your time. I went through the public pages, checked the member counts, looked at what's actually being posted, and talked to people who are in them. So here's what I found out. If you want the biggest room with the most people, this is it. AI Automation Society. About 340,000 members. Free to join. This community is massive, visibly active, and clearly geared toward helping people learn AI solutions and get paid for them. You'll find resource links, recent posts, real questions, and real answers from people who are actually building things. You've heard me mention Nate Herc before as a creator worth watching for visual learners. Well, this is his community. He built it. And the community is a different thing from his YouTube channel. The channel teaches you concepts. The community gives you a room full of people working through the same problems you are. Just remember, because it's so big, it's better for exposure and momentum than for deep hand-holding. Big communities mean more noise, but if you want to see what other people are building, what's working, what's failing, and what questions you should be asking, this is the best free starting point. You'll learn by osmosis just from scrolling the feed. If you want something more focused and more builder-oriented, look at Brendan's AI community. About 24,000 members, also free. Brendan Jowett runs an AI agency called Inflate AI and built a SaaS product called Reliable. He scaled the agency past $30,000 a month. The community is specifically focused on AI voice agents, Claude Code, and innate-in. What makes this one stand out is the practical toolkit, 50-plus plug-and-play templates, 60-plus in-depth video tutorials, weekly live Q&A calls where you can ask Brendan directly when you get stuck. For the people in the audience who want a real human to talk to when something breaks, that weekly call is worth more than any course. The focus here is on building and selling high-ticket AI solutions. This is for entrepreneurs who are serious about making money with AI, not hobbyists browsing on a Saturday afternoon. If your question is less, what is an agent, and more, how do I charge a client for one, Brendan's community is where you want to be. I'm a member of this community myself. I don't post nearly enough, which is my loss, but I'm kind of a lurker type anyway. I read sports blogs and things too, and I just don't feel the need to comment a lot. So I guess I should. I guess that's just engaging with the community. But anyway, you probably won't see me on there a lot just because right now I'm really busy with all this other stuff. But it's a great site. It's free, and the people on there are very helpful. If you're willing to pay for a more structured experience, AI Automations by Jack costs $77 a month, and he has about 2,700 members. This is the most clearly learn and monetize community on the list. They explicitly promise support around building automations, apps, and websites, plus a roadmap to selling AI services. This one is strongest for people who want to turn AI automations into income. If your goal is deep agent architecture or theory, this probably isn't the room for you. But if your goal is, I want to build AI tools and charge people, for them, Jack's community is purpose-built for that. For the aspiring builders who want a more developer-focused environment, AI Agent Developer Academy is free with about 2,700 members. They list courses, playbooks, weekly Q&A calls, developer support, templates, and collaboration opportunities. The positioning is stronger than most free communities. It's specifically about building, not just talking about building. The copy on the landing page is kind of salesy, though. But join it, poke around, see if the reality matches the pitch before you invest serious time. Just because that's the way it appears doesn't mean that's the way it is. And again, I'm not a member of this one, not because I don't like it. I don't know about it that much. I went in and looked around today, and it looked like a good community. Obviously, it made this list. And if everything else on this list feels like too much too fast, AI Agents for Beginners is a tiny community of about 330 people. Free, no code, plug and play. This is the on-ramp for people who are intimidated by the giant business-heavy communities and just want to build their first simple agent without feeling overwhelmed. This is a starting point, not a destination. When you outgrow it, you'll know. And the other communities on this list will be waiting when you do. Before we move on, I want to just kind of reemphasize what I said a minute ago. Most school communities that say AI agents are really teaching AI automation for business, building workflows, using templates, selling services. That's valuable. That's practical. That's how people are making real money right now. But it's different from frontier agent engineering, rigorous evaluation, or advanced autonomous systems designs. You may not care. If you're not interested in building things from scratch yourself, if you'd rather just find agents that already exist, yeah, there's lots of places for that. If you want that deeper layer, these communities are a starting point, and at some point you'll need to go further. For tonight, though, these 5 are worth your time if you want to start building and stop watching. Every community I mentioned tonight is linked in the description below. All 5 are free except for one. Now let's talk about the other question that keeps showing up. What AI tools should I use for my business? Well, that's a loaded question. The honest answer is that the best AI tool depends on what system you already live in, what job you want done. There's no single best AI tool for businesses. It depends on what your business is. Anyone who tells you there is that perfect tool wants your subscription money. The real answer is a stack, a small set of tools that fit together around the way you already work. I know this, you say. Okay. Well, here's how I'd break it down. 4 categories, 1 tool per category, and this is your starting stack, pretty much no matter what business you're in. First, you need a thinking tool, something you talk to, something that helps you brainstorm, draft, analyze, and figure things out. There are several choices for that right now. The 3 I use the most would be Gemini, ChatGPT, and Claude. ChatGPT is the broad all-purpose assistant. It's the one most people start with. It's good at quick tasks, brainstorming, basic coding, and general questions. If you've never used AI for business, start here, $20 a month. Claude is the one I'd recommend for longer, more nuanced work. Complex analysis where you need the model to think carefully instead of quickly. If your work involves detailed documents, strategy, or anything where thoughtfulness matters more than speed, Claude is probably the better choice. I use Claude, as I've told you before. I just like Claude better than GPT, but I use GPT the second most. I found that when you ask questions, Gemini is I call Gemini the dreamer. Throw all kinds of stuff at you, tell you how easy it is, and this is your path. While Claude Claude can be a little annoying. Claude is probably the most conservative thing that I have in my life outside of my own dad. Hi, Dad. I would say that ChatGPT is a realist. It's kind of a mix between the two. That might sound funny to you, but I use these daily, all three of them daily, the most with Claude. But yeah, Claude is very conservative. Like, oh, you don't need to do that yet. And Claude always wants to put stuff off until tomorrow. Well, we'll fix the main things, but these little things we'll do tomorrow. I'm like, why? Oh, you're right. Let's just do it all now. Okay. But anyway, pick one of these. Use them. You can use all three. I'm sure, I don't know, but I think they still have, all of them have little free plans you can use. Whichever one you like. They all have different personalities. These LLMs are kind of like their own little people. They have their own personalities, and I already explained what those are. But anyway, pick one, use it every day for a month. Learn what it can and can't do before you spend another dollar on anything else. Most business owners haven't even done this yet. They don't even use a chatbot yet. And they're already shopping for the fancy stuff instead of starting right here, which you really should start with a chatbot. You know, Gemini, ChatGPT. ChatGPT's new images are incredible. That's one right there. ChatGPT did that. I just told it what I wanted and boom, there it is. Looks like something on a billboard. Let's see. I think Gemini did that one. Back there on the screen. I think that's Gemini's work. Claude can even do images now. Claude, Gemini, and that was ChatGPT again right there. Put the little tab thing in my hand. I didn't even ask it to do that. I liked it, so I kept it. It's amazing what they can all do. So start there, see what they can do, and then maybe you don't have to spend money on other things you were planning on buying. You know, I have some image programs that I use that I may not be using anymore. I may drop the subscriptions on those because I just don't need them anymore. I'm already paying for the chatbot, and now the chatbot can do it. So don't need a lot of these. Second, you need the AI that's built into the system you already live in. Don't add a new tool, upgrade the one you've got if you are using one. If your company runs on Microsoft, you know, Outlook, Teams, Word, Excel, then Microsoft 365 Copilot is the move. It works inside the apps you're already using. You don't have to learn a new interface. The AI shows up where you already work. If your company runs on Google, Gmail, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Calendar, and then Google Workspace with Gemini is the equivalent of Microsoft 365 Copilot. Same idea, the AI lives inside the tools you already have open. If your team lives in Notion, the Notion AI is worth turning on. It summarizes meetings, finds old documents, organizes projects. It even connects to your inbox and calendar now. The point is the same for all three. Don't make your team learn a new tool. Make the tool they already use smarter. Third, if your business creates any kind of content, social media, marketing, video, presentations, you need a content tool. Canva AI is the one for visual content, even though I just said you can do some of that on the chatbots now. But Canva's pretty unique. Canva, if you're not a designer and you need to look like one, Canva's AI features can get you there. They just launched Canva AI 2.0 this week with faster image generation and cheaper video creation. For a small business doing its own marketing, this is the equalizer. I use Canva for my YouTube thumbnails and, lots of other things. Descript is the one for video and audio, in my opinion. I record directly into Descript. Right now, as I'm recording this, it's going into Descript. That's my go-to. It turns video editing into something that feels like editing a text document. And now a lot of these programs do this, so it's not unique to just Descript anymore. But you can just, like you were editing a Word document, I don't like this part, just take it out. And you've made a video cut, and you don't have to splice anything together. You don't have to, it's simple. It's just like you're highlighting a Word document. So if you're making any kind of video content for your business, you don't have a production team, Descript is how one person actually looks like a team because of everything it can do. Fourth, when you're ready to stop doing repetitive tasks manually, you need an automation tool. Zapier is the safest mainstream choice. It connects your apps together so that when something happens in one place, something else happens automatically in another place. A new email comes in, the contact gets added to your CRM, a Slack message gets sent to your team. Zapier has been doing this for years, and now they've added AI agents and more sophisticated workflows on top of it. I used to use Zapier when I first got into this. It was a little bit difficult back then, but it doesn't sound like it's difficult now. It's got built-in AI agents. If you run into a problem, you just say, hey, how does this work? Or, hey, do this for me. In Descript, when I'm doing the short form videos, I just tell the AI agent on Descript, which is called the Underlord. I think they don't have an overlord and underlord. They just have the Underlord. I'll say, hey, I need this to be a 9/16 instead of a 16:9. Flip. Takes care of it for you. I don't even know where the button is to do it. Should find that, but I'm lazy. If you want something more hands-on and AI native, N8N is free and self-hosted. I've been playing around with that one a while now. Sabrina Ramanov, as we've talked about before, and Nate Herc both teach with N8N. If you've watched the previous Wednesday episodes and liked what you saw, N8N is the tool underneath a lot of what they're building, as I'm sure you know if you've watched their stuff like I suggested that you do. And if your business lives in email and calendar and you want an AI that works entirely through your inbox without learning a new dashboard, a tool called Carly is worth a look. I just found this today, and I'm kind of intrigued. I'm going to go play with it later, see what all it can do. It looks like it's worth a look. It handles scheduling, CRM updates, and lead management through the email that you already use. So here's the napkin version, 4 tools. That's your stack. 1 thinking tool, ChatGPT or Claude. 1 workplace AI, Microsoft Copilot, Google Gemini, or Notion AI. 1 content tool, Canva or Descript. 1 automation tool, Zapier, N8N, or Carly. You don't need all of them. You need 1 from each category that fits the way you already work. Start with the thinking tool. Add the rest when you're ready. And none of them should be trusted blindly. Every one of these tools can confidently get things wrong, that's for sure. Use them, rely on them, but verify the output before it touches your customers, your contracts, or your bank account. So that's 5 communities and 4 tool categories. That's a lot of names and a lot of links. Every single one is in the description below the video, so don't worry, it's there. You don't need to remember them all. Just pick the 1 community that matches how you learn and 1 tool from each category that matches how you work. The people making this work right now aren't the ones, that use the most tools. They're the ones who pick the right tools early and use them long enough to actually get good. Tiger VC's newsletter, their data showed that small businesses using AI tools have a 30% higher survival rate than the ones that don't. So the window is open. The tools are mature enough to be useful and immature enough that learning them now still gives you an advantage. We're still early in this process, guys. Don't feel like you're that far behind because you're not. Just getting on ChatGPT or Claude or any of those, you'll be ahead of, 60, 70%, 80% of the world, really. Pick a community, pick your stack, start building, and when you build something you want to put in front of a client, run it through tabverified.ai first, because confident and correct are 2 different things. In the comments, tell me what you want next Wednesday. I'm listening. I always am. I'm Uncle Rod. This is Rod Miller AI. Uncle Rod's AI Agent Guide drops every Wednesday. I'll see you Thursday for the news.